In the heart of the dense, misty woods, there was an old, forgotten village that time had almost erased from the maps. The villagers spoke in hushed tones about the ancient magic that once thrived there, centered around an old oak tree deep in the forest. They believed that the tree was a gateway to the world of fairies, beings of both wonder and danger. Long ago, a young girl named Eliza had wandered into the forest, driven by a childish wish to find a fairy. Her heart was full of innocent dreams, and she was determined to make a wish that would save her ailing mother. As she approached the ancient oak, she saw a faint, shimmering light and felt an otherworldly presence. "Please," Eliza whispered to the tree, "grant me a wish to heal my mother." A tiny, delicate fairy emerged from the tree's bark, its gossamer wings fluttering like moonlight. It had a serene, almost hypnotic smile. "Your wish is granted, little one," the fairy said in a voice as soft as the wind. "But remember, every wish has its price." Eliza, filled with hope and desperation, nodded eagerly and left the forest, clutching the fairy's words in her heart. Her mother's health improved miraculously, but Eliza soon noticed something unsettling. The fairy's promise seemed to come with an eerie shadow that loomed over her life. Years passed, and Eliza grew into a young woman. The village had changed, and so had the forest. The ancient oak was now twisted and gnarled, its leaves withered and blackened. The villagers had stopped talking about the fairies, and the stories faded into legend. One evening, drawn by a strange compulsion, Eliza returned to the old oak. The fairy's warning echoed in her mind, but she couldn't resist the pull. As she approached the tree, the air grew cold, and an unnatural stillness enveloped her. From the shadows of the tree emerged the same fairy, but it was no longer the delicate, serene creature she remembered. Its eyes were hollow, and its smile was twisted into a cruel grin. "You've come back," the fairy said, its voice now laced with a sinister edge. "And now you must pay the price." Eliza felt a chill run down her spine. The fairy revealed that the price for her wish had been collected over the years, drawing a portion of her life force with each passing day. Her mother's recovery had been bought with Eliza's own vitality. Desperate to understand, Eliza pleaded with the fairy. "What do you want from me?" The fairy's eyes glowed with a malevolent light. "Your soul, for every wish made with such a price, demands its due. And now the time has come." The ancient oak seemed to writhe as if alive, its branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. The forest darkened, and Eliza felt herself being drawn into the tree's gaping maw. She realized with horror that the fairy's magic was not benign. It had been a cruel trap, a way to lure souls into its grasp. Eliza's screams echoed through the forest as she was swallowed by the tree, her pleas for forgiveness swallowed by the darkened woods. The fairy vanished into the night, its form merging with the shadows. The villagers later found the old oak, but it was just a tree, weathered and scarred. The stories of Eliza and the fairy became cautionary tales, warnings to those who sought to make deals with beings they didn't understand. Years later, travelers reported seeing a faint, shimmering light in the forest, an eerie reminder of the fairy's presence. They spoke of a ghostly figure of a young woman who wandered the woods, forever searching for a way to break free from the fairy's cruel enchantment. And so the tale of Eliza and the fairy lived on, a haunting reminder of the dangers of forgotten magic and the price of wishes that come with a hidden cost.